removal of dermoid with the help of laparoscopy. This dermoid was incidentally diagnosed, but she was interested for it to be removed so that it doesn't cause any future problems. We can see on the right side a cyst is seen, but it seems to be a corpus luteal cyst. But since we were sure that there is a dermoid, we start with the dissection. The incision site is marked with the help of bipolar forceps so that it doesn't bleed. And this is since she's a 44-year-old lady, we need not worry about the ovarian tissue because we just cutting the cortex, and a lot of ovarian trauma is still left just beyond the cyst. And she has completed her family, so we will just mark the incision line and cut with the scissor so that it doesn't bleed. This was a very heavy sort of cyst because it was just falling back. Now the scissor is introduced, the cyst wall is held, and the area where the cyst was marked, we cut, and we realize that the main cyst is more on this side now. That was just a corpus luteal cyst hanging below the dermoid. Dermoid is seen on the right side of the ovary. So the while cutting only, we can see some fluid, blood mixed fluid has come from the cyst, which was easily visible hanging from that. And we just take the tissue of the cyst out so that we can biopsy it, and seems to be a clear fluid. It is just sucked and removed. The cyst wall is opened and taken for biopsy. Now, coming to the dermoid, once again, the cyst wall is cut and it is removed through the side port. The cyst in the dermoid in the ovary is the incision is extended with the help of scissors, and the two cut edges are held, one with biopsy forceps, one with the grasper, and one with a needle holder. And stripping of the cyst is carried out with the two graspers. The incision is extended, and by tearing apart the capsule, the cyst seems to pop out. The stripping of the cyst is done, taking care that gentle traction is given more from the capsule side than on the cyst so that it doesn't rupture and we don't soil the whole cavity with the sebum and the contents of the dermoid cyst. Here it is separated. Since it's such a small cyst that we do not get a grip on it, and it keeps on slipping in between the forceps. Care is taken not to puncture it, and it is removed from the base of the cyst by just giving traction. Once a little stalk is left, that is held and cut with scissors. And now it is taken and parked anteriorly in the utrovesical area. Here, the blood which has come out is sucked, and we look for hemostasis by holding the capsule, and that bleeding can be taken care with the help of a bipolar forceps. Hemostasis is achieved. Since she has completed family, so we can use bipolar to coagulate the bleeders in the base or the hilus of the ovary. Small bleeders are seen, which are coagulated. Now the hemostasis is achieved. Suction and irrigation final is done to look for any other bleeding. Here it is, hemostasis is achieved. A bag is introduced. It's an endogenous plastic bag uh, just from the side port, and then it is opened, and we want to just put the cyst in the bag so that we don't spill the cavity inside. It tends to open once the leaves are separated, just with the help of the carbon dioxide which is going inside the cavity. The dermoid is held and then put inside the inside the bag, endo bag. It is brought near it, opened, and put in the bag. We have used only two accessory post boards because it was a small cyst and there was no need of another port in her. The bag is then closed with the forceps, and a camera port is withdrawn. A small camera is introduced from the side port so that we can remove it through the central port only. A claw forceps is introduced from the camera port side, and a hysteroscope is being used in the side port to see that it can be negotiated and put removed through the central port. Here the edges of the bag are being closed and they are given to the claw forceps introduced through the central port. We can see by hysteroscope the vision is now reduced, but we can still pick up the endo bag with the help of the claw forceps. A final inspection is done, suction irrigation done to remove and see if everything is normal. So we've avoided the spillage and the surgery is completed. Thank you so much.